What's going on, guys? Bobby with Consumer Time Capsule, back with the 21st volume of the CTC Lightning Round, where every Friday we typically take a look at 8 new products. But this week, it's a holiday special. I'm feeling very jolly, very merry. So it's 9 holiday-oriented products. We're getting in just under the line. Of course, Christmas is later this week as you're watching it. So let's take a look at what the season has to offer. We've got 2 different Yasso frozen Greek yogurts. We've got gingerbread and we've got sugar cookie. We have Peppermint Creams from Signature Select. We have Godiva dark chocolate peppermint pudding, Haagen-Dazs peppermint bark ice cream bars, candy cane Mentos, and 3 different winter-oriented flavors of Sunbelt Bakery chocolate chip chewy granola bars. We've got snow-covered with white chocolate, we have peppermint, and we have gingerbread. So as always, Ryan and I are about to turn off the cameras. We're going to try all 9 of these products, and when we come back, we're going to give you guys a capsule countdown for taste from worst to first, so you know what the most delicious stuff is. And of course, along the way, we'll be giving you guys a gimmick grade for all 9 of these products so you know just how interesting the concepts are. So give us a second, and we will be right back. And we're back, and coming in at 9th place on today's Capsule Countdown is the first of our Yasso frozen yogurt bars. This one is the sugar cookie variety. These are $3.77 at Target, and they come in a pack of 4. Man, oh man, I'll tell you, the thing about this sugar cookie flavor is it tastes like a protein bar, and I mean that in the worst way possible. Not all that tasty, but you got to give it up to the design. I mean, look at this package. That is nice. One thing that I think is kind of like a neat little detail about it is when it's on store shelves, it doesn't even look like it's a face. But then when you open it up, you see it's like an actual like design like that continues on the top. And even though I've experienced so many products so many times, I can't really think of a whole lot of examples where it includes the top flap in the overall packaging design. So I'm gonna give the Gimmick a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's a pretty well executed product. I think that a sugar cookie flavor in a bar, kind of interesting. Certainly well designed, but for the taste, it's rough, tastes like a protein bar, and definitely not in a good way. Sugar cookies should be really delicious, and that's gonna just make it count off for even more points. So I'm gonna give the taste, I'll give it a 2.5 out of 10, 9th place, last on today's Capsule Countdown. All right, and coming in at 8th place.
How much was that?
It's $3.77 at Target. This one, Sunbelt Bakery Peppermint Chocolate Chip Granola Bars. Now, I eat Sunbelt Bakery products all the time. This is the worst one that I've encountered. It really kind of devalues the peppermint, the chocolate, and the granola simultaneously. It's really kind of a bummer. But look, a peppermint chocolate chip granola bar, especially this time of year, you know, I like a nice seasonal granola bar. That's kind of neat. So I'll give the Gimmick a 5 out of 10. It's okay. You wouldn't expect peppermint chocolate chip necessarily to be a granola bar. Like, I expect peppermint chocolate chip this time of year to be just about everything. Granola bar's not really so much on that list. I got them for $2 a piece at WinCo. That goes for all 3 of these different granola bar offerings that Sunbelt is doing for the winter. Man, oh man. It's not a good granola bar. It's not something that I would ever get again. There are so many good granola bars out there and so many good granola bars that Sunbelt Bakery specifically makes that, man, I got to give it 8th place on today's Capsule Countdown and a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry, guys. I know Zach F's going to be mad at me. I know he said the other day he loves Sunbelt. All right, so we're going to get rid of the rest of the Yassos here. I don't even know if that's specifically how to say it, but these are the gingerbread frozen yogurt bars. Once again, $3.77 at Target. Kind of a randomly innocuous pricing that Ryan was commenting on as we were setting up all our plates and stuff. But once again, great packaging design. You would not expect a gingerbread frozen yogurt necessarily So I don't know. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Good packaging, interesting enough. For taste, look, it's better. It does capture the gingerbread flavor surprisingly well. It doesn't have the unpleasant aftertaste of the sugar cookie. But there is a lot of stiff competition on this one. I'm going to be pretty generous on the score. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. 7th place on today's Capsule Countdown. But it's up against a lot of stiff competition, so it's not going to be too good in terms of the score itself or the ranking itself. All right, so we got now 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown. It's these candy cane Mentos. Now that may sound an awful lot like regular mint Mentos, like the fresh mint Mentos, and there's a reason for that. It's very similar to a normal Mentos. It's got a better package. I like that it's got 8 different designs, like different sayings on each wrapper. Like every wrapper is different. Now that said, a buck at Kroger, cheapest product that we're covering today. They do print little holiday themed designs like Christmas trees, gifts, holly, candy canes. What is that? Snowflakes.
Presents.
Yeah, presents. All kinds of different Christmas-oriented imagery is directly printed on the Mentos. Look, for the gimmick, I mean, it's pretty standard. This might be one of the least interesting gimmicks. Even though it's not something that they necessarily had to do, it's tough to give them more than like a 3.5 out of 10 worth of credit. I mean, I like the printed designs. I like that they made several different labels, but that's about all that they're getting credit for in that regard. But they taste good. I mean, they taste like a good, chewy, minty Mentos. So, you know, you really can't argue with that. I'm going to give it 6th place on today's Capsule Countdown. And like a 5.5 out of 10. You know, like one of those like kind of slightly above average kind of deals.
It's the most stocking stuffery one.
Well, it's a buck too. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with the price. All right. So getting into more peppermint-oriented stuff here. These are the dark chocolate peppermint creams from Signature Select. Now, Signature Select is the store brand for all of the kind of Randall's, Tom Thumbs, Safeway, you know, that general grouping of stores.
I did not know that.
So that is their store brand, but listen to this. There's only 12 little pieces in this container, $3.99 for a store brand product. Like, definitely not priced appropriately, but these are pretty delicious. I was pretty surprised by, actually, Ryan, you came in with very high expectations, and I came in with kind of low expectations, and it was right between our expectations. They're similar to a thick York peppermint patty, but the inside is gooey. It's not solidified like in a York peppermint patty, and it is dressed with candy cane pieces. The candy cane pieces are stale and chewy, and it did actually make for a worse product. But the inside is really good. I like the gooey peppermint inside. What did you think about it, Ryan? I know you're eating one right now. Look, pairing dark chocolate and peppermint, it's one of the safest things that you can do, especially this time of year. From a gimmick perspective, it's okay. Maybe like a 4 out of 10. You know, for a store brand to make something that's not like a reasonable facsimile product of an existing brand is always kind of neat. But other than that, you know, you really can't give them too awfully much because it's dark chocolate and peppermint at Christmas time.
The box is definitely a lie. It is not that thick.
It is not that thick. It is very misleading. It's not as impressive as what I expected, but it does taste pretty good. So I am going to give it a 6.5 out of 10 in 5th place on today's Capsule Countdown. You know what that means. Top 4 is going to be pretty high ranking this time. Okay, so coming in at 4th place, I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised by this one. It's the Sunbelt Bakery Gingerbread Granola Bars. Once again, $2 at WinCo, and definitely not a bad buy at that price. Really pretty tasty. It's part of that same line that we just talked about with the peppermint chocolate chip one, but this one actually has no chocolate chips in it. Initially, I thought it was gingerbread chocolate chip. I thought they were all chocolate chip, but just the peppermint and the in the white snow one, or the snow-covered ones, include chocolate chips. So there's no chocolate chip in this. It's just a gingerbread flavored chewy granola bar. Look, as far as the gimmick of a gingerbread chewy granola bar, maybe like a 5.5 out of 10. It's okay. Packaging is good. I like that it's all part of one big product line because, I like seasonal granola bars. I wish that there were more of them. I wish there were more interesting granola bars because I'll actually eat them when this review is done. It won't end up in a trash can.
Granola's getting left out.
Granola gets left out a lot. We did the Llama Rama, but really there haven't been a whole heck of a lot before then. As far as the taste, look, really tasty gingerbread. Like sometimes gingerbread is too faint and sometimes gingerbread is too strong. This one is just right in the middle. 7.5 out of 10 for the taste. 4th place on today's Capsule Countdown. Very solid offering from our friends at Sunbelt Bakery. And speaking of Sunbelt Bakery, let's go ahead and clear the table right now. Bronze medalist today coming in at 3rd. Snow-covered chocolate chip granola bars. So, look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was so excited about these that I did try these earlier last week, and I had them refrigerated because I usually get the chocolate-covered, chewy chocolate chip granola bars while I'm just kind of snacking, and I did this one because look, it's white chocolate instead of regular chocolate, which isn't quite as good. It does have a little bit of that white chocolate throat burniness, but it tastes better than most other white chocolate. It's $2 at WinCo as well, so price is definitely right. I think that this is the best gimmick of the bunch because it's covered, which is the best one. It's snow-covered. Snow-covered, 9 out of 10 gimmick. Love the gimmick, so definitely a very separate gimmick grade from its sister products. And I think that the taste, especially since I've had it refrigerated, is really, really good. I'm going to give it actually an 8.5 out of 10 in 3rd place on today's Capsule Countdown. Nice. So pretty freaking solid and definitely my highest recommendation out of that batch. Right, Ryan?
They didn't say try them frozen.
They didn't, but I'm saying that, so I just saved you the trouble. So we're down to the last 2, and 2nd place is going to Haagen-Dazs. And when you think Haagen-Dazs, like I think Haagen-Dazs, you're thinking of a premium product. And you are definitely in store for one with this. Peppermint bark, ice cream bars. I love ice cream. I love peppermint bark. This is well executed on both fronts. Definitely a little bit heavier on the dark chocolate flavor and the vanilla ice cream inside flavor than I anticipated. And a little bit lighter for the peppermint flavor. So here's what these things are sweating like Patrick Ewing in the 4th quarter right now. This is a pretty moisturized bar. Well, look, this peppermint bark, very well executed. It's a little bit faint of a peppermint flavor, but very delicious. Premium ice cream inside, nice thick chocolatey shell to it. Really tasty. It's $4.13 at Target for 3 bars, so you are paying up for a premium product. But I do think it's worth it. I think it's as good as something that you'll get at like an ice cream shop, honestly. So 9 out of 10, 2nd place on today's Capsule Countdown. But for the gimmick grade, peppermint bark this time of year, I think I like kind of the subtle packaging, but really nothing super special. 4 out of 10 for the gimmick. All right, and that brings us to 1st place, and it is somehow Godiva dark chocolate peppermint pudding. So this pudding is only $1.50 at Kroger, and I recommend that everybody go out and buy it. Look, from a gimmick perspective, I think that Godiva getting into the dessert game, I think that from a packaging standpoint, they've done an excellent job. We've talked about some of their baked goods. We've had a few of those here, like their molten lava cake and stuff. And they always do well on the packaging. I'm going to give the gimmick a 5 out of 10. But in terms of the pudding itself, boy, oh boy, there's a reason why it got 1st place. See, a few volumes ago, Ryan and I tried the York dark chocolate peppermint pudding, and it was really gross. It got like last or 2nd to last. Terrible. It was bad, and it really reduced my expectations. And almost, if one of these were going to get bumped out, it would have been this one. So I'm very glad that we kept it included because it was so delicious. I mean, the balance of dark chocolate and peppermint was perfect. It's smooth. It tastes as good or better than any pudding that I've ever had. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10 for taste in 1st place on today's Capsule Countdown, and my highest recommendation from our final grouping of holiday-oriented products as I knock all of them down. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review, but as is tradition here on the CTC Lightning Round, we're going to break open the capsule archives and show you a product from years past. So this is a holiday-themed product, and you guys are going to have to hear me out on that, but it's a Spring Break 1990 Crunch Taters Extra Crunchy Potato Chips t-shirt. Now...
What?
I know. So hear me out here. So anybody who watches the CTC review knows what my favorite and the only movie I enjoy is. It's Home Alone. Now picture this. When Kevin is digging through Buzz's toy box, where he keeps the picture of his girlfriend, his Playboy, his fireworks, there's a bag of Crunch Taters, which is a quickly failed product from Frito-Lay. And when he's watching Angels with Filthy Souls, there's an open bag of Crunch Taters that he got from Buzz's private stash.
Wow.
So Crunch Taters' only known movie and television appearance is Home Alone. And because of that, I've always been looking. Kevin's having the mesquite flavor in there. I've always wanted a box, or I've always wanted a bag of Crunch Taters, but this is the closest I've been able to get. But it's probably even rarer, because I don't know what kind of event that Crunch Taters was doing in 1990 for spring break, but this is something I'm very happy to add to the CTC archives and to explain to you guys why this is actually a holiday-themed product, because I associate Crunch Taters very closely with Home Alone. I've watched Home Alone 7 times in the last month, so every time I see it, I always talk about Crunch Taters, and Rachel thinks it's kind of annoying at this point, but it's important. It's an important detail of the movie that people don't pay attention to unless they know to watch for it. So that's our classic product of today. But look, you guys still have a few days to get out there and shop. While you're out there doing your last-second Christmas shopping or your grocery store shopping as you're preparing to host your friends or family. I would definitely recommend picking up a few of these products because there's a pretty strong crop of stuff, especially from a taste standpoint this holiday season. I'm very happy with it. I think that Christmas dominated Halloween this year. What do you think, Ryan?
Definitely.
So I don't even think it was close. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review. Definitely stay tuned on Tuesday for the newest volume of the CTC review. And of course, next Friday for 8 more new products hitting store shelves near you in a CTC lightning round. Of course, until next time, I will miss ya until I see ya. Now, where's that pudding? I need to eat some. Cheers.